Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I get going with this reading, I'm going to clear the air a bit. Okay, much better now. All right, guys, this is the beginning of my summer sizzle series where I'm going to take the entire month of June and we're just going to do some fun readings here. I have had enough of the heavy energy toward, the beginning of this year has been kind of heavy. Okay, it's not like it's been bad or anything. It's just been heavy. I want to clear the air, start fresh, start new here, especially as we have the summer solstice coming up here. This is a time of celebration, a time to let our hair down, to let loose, celebrate life a bit, okay? Because too many people are too damn serious all the goddamn time, and they really need to lighten up. So it's time to have some fun here. So today we're going to be looking at summer lovin'. For those who are looking for love, those who are dating right now, who are looking for that special someone, who are being active socially like this, we're going to be delving into your summer crush and who are they? And that is these cards right here. The second half of the reading will be over on my Patreon, and we're going to go take it further. We're going to find out who they are right here. And over on Patreon, we're going to show and look into what's going to happen with this person after, you initially meet them. Who are they? What's going to happen? Okay. And that's what is over here on Patreon. The link to my Patreon is in the drop-down box below for those who want to see the second half of the reading over there. So anyways, please do remember that this is a general reading and not a personal one. So there's absolutely no reason to take anything personally. If it's not resonating, take what does, leave the rest. Remember, there's a lot of people looking at this. If you feel drawn to listen to more than one group, perhaps there's going to be a lot of action for you this summer and there's a reason for it, or there's cross messages. That does happen sometimes, not all the time, but it's perfectly fine. You listen to your gut and intuition. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not one of those. So you do what you feel is right in this situation, okay? Trust your intuition always. So anyways, go ahead and select your group 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Who chose group 1 with this shell? This is going to be your reading. Let's see. Who is this summer crush? What are they like? Who are they? So we have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the King of Swords. We have the Death card. We have Air. Wow. We have the King of Swords, and then we have Air. We have Famous. We have Reunion. We have Performer. We have the 5th house. This is interesting because we have Famous and Performer and the 5th house. And then we have Semi-sextile, Allowing. All right. So what am I seeing here? I'm seeing that this person is very interesting because they are quite the mixture of air. They could be doing something. I mean, this person could be like literally a grief counselor of some type. They could also work with people. They could be a lawyer. In working with people who are, dealing with, I don't know, I want to say lawsuits, okay? They deal a lot with that, but they also, I feel like they deal with people who are, like, what do you call it? Oh, shit. When you're dealing with a family estate, things like this. Because there's some kind of grief involved with what they do. Or like I said, they could be some sort of grief counselor. Shit, man, they could even, with the Death card there, they could even do something where they are working in, like a funeral director even, okay? Something like this, working in a funeral home or owning them or something, or dealing with people after they die or something, like the families. This could also talk about people who deal with other people's money too, like finances as well, helping them get their shit in order. These are the things that I'm seeing here, like, drug abuse counselors and people who deal with that as well. Because remember, I mean, they could be dealing with that as something. I mean, we literally have the Death card here too. But I just, with the King of Swords, whenever I see him, I always think lawyer, law, dealing with that. Also finance. I don't know. I just like, it's got to be something along these lines with that, because that's just like what I'm coming through. This person is quite patient, okay? They've seen it all. I get the sense that they maybe had quite a lot of struggles and stuff when they were younger, growing up as well, in dealing with loss, feeling sad. They could have even had what inspired them to do what they did. They could have had a parent who could have unfortunately passed away at a very early age, either by their own hand or just a freak accident or something like this. And, maybe there was something involved or some kind of, the mental illness or something, and they watched it happen and it was just really sad and frustrating. But it's like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So this person is quite strong, and they used it and what their experience is, what they learned from the situation, to propel them towards success. And they've done that, most definitely. Now we have Famous and we have Performer. This person could definitely be quite talented as well, okay? They could also do something, they could have like a background in the things that I mentioned, or else they could be dealing, here's another thing, with the law, in having to deal with the entertainment, performers, something to do with the arts or entertainment. They could be dealing with a lot of people like this. Or they could even be the counselor of someone quite famous, or, their advisor, something like this, okay? But the point is they're a very good communicator. They're very passionate about what they do. They themselves are quite talented, no doubt about it. And when I see the Reunion card here, I'm getting the sense that this is the lifetime where you two are going to be reunited as lovers. There are certain people and certain individuals that we go through many lifetimes with, and it's not always that we're, in the same role with each lifetime. We could be, mother, child, teacher, student, grandfather, grandchild, best friends, or of course, then there's the lovers. In this case, I feel that you've been no matter what, in every friggin' lifetime, you have such a deep passion and love for one another. And it doesn't matter what role. And in this lifetime, you're meant to be lovers. And it's like, it's soul recognition when you meet this person. It's going to be like a reunion of, you know, souls that have, you guys have just like, I feel like it's like been kind of tragic. And this is why the Five of Cups is coming up. It's like you're always like looking to the past. Like for some reason you feel like that there's something in the past that's been haunting you. There's something that you can't get over, or, you know, it's like you feel like a piece of you is missing, that something is just not all there. And you've been like feeling like an achy, like kind of emptiness in your chest, like in your heart. And this person is here to fulfill it. That's why it's like you're feeling that, and you've been patiently waiting for that fulfillment to happen. Now, if you did not listen to the beginning of this, remember, for this reading is for the people who are active, or if you've been considering getting out there in the world and dating and meeting people, this reading is for you. If you're just watching this and then you're gonna, you know, play the victim or feel sorry for yourself sitting in your house, you know, this nothing's going to happen. You absolutely have to take action for these things to occur in life. Okay. You know, there's no excuses, you know, you just do it. And, you know, each person out there, we all have people that come into our lives and of which we are to learn from and grow from. And you're meant to meet these people for a reason. And the only way you're going to do it is by getting out there. Not every single person you date is going to be the one that you end up living your life with, but it doesn't mean they're not significant to you and to your growth process. So this is something that people just need to learn and accept. And since we have the fifth house in particular coming up, this is the house of dating and romance and passion. Your fifth house indicates the partners that light you up, that thrill the hell out of you. Whether or not it continues to grow and move on to that seventh house of partnership and marriage is yet to be seen. But this is where it all begins, the fifth house, okay? And this is performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, play, love affairs, passion, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance, and disco ball. You obviously meet this person while you're having fun. This person is fun. This is one of those people. This is one of these fifth house partners that lights you the hell up. It's funny because it says performance and performer. You could even meet this person while you're attending some sort of big festival or party or something where there is some famous person performing. Semi-sextile, allowing, encourages. This person is very encouraging. They see the potential in people. I mean, this is almost agent material too, or something, you know? Gives hopes to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, grows, realizes, and rewards. This relationship, you know, this person is quite the rewarding, just being with them, you feel rewarded, you know, and they feel that way about you too. As far as looks go, I'm going to go with the fact that we have that King of Swords there and we have air. Since this is coming up, I'm totally leaning towards this. I'm going to say he's very much like this, okay? Or she is very much like this. Black hair, darker hair, most definitely. Eye color, I wouldn't be surprised if you got some blue eyes here, okay? There's something about their eyes that is quite remarkable too. They have an incredible stare. We have Scorpio's card, the death card, okay? They could have heavy air placement and heavy Scorpio placements as well. But, I mean, they could be a Scorpio rising, okay? They're very intense with the way that they look at you. They have a very beautiful, very smooth, fair, maybe on the pale side of skin. They look very wow when you look at them, because think about that. Somebody who has dark hair and then they have lighter eyes and they have these thick, dark eyelashes, their eyes just pop. They're gorgeous, okay? There's something quite unique about this person. They're more on the long and, you know, kind of lanky body type. If they work out, most definitely, I'm getting the sense like a swimmer body, okay? Like that kind of a shape to their body. They're very slim. Okay, but it doesn't mean that they're weak or wimpy looking or anything. It's like I get a sense that this person does take care of themselves because they have to. It's part of their image for their job. So they have like a really nice, it's like a, runway body for some, and the other, it's like athletic, but like, more like the swimmer type, okay, of look to them. So very interesting person, personality wise. Like I said, patient, kind. They definitely are very helpful to those who are stuck in the past. I mean, they know how to encourage. They see the potential in people, and they really point that out to them. They're great with kids. They have kind of like a childlike. They're definitely in touch with their inner child. Okay, they're not afraid to have fun. They're not afraid to cut loose, and they definitely bring that out. Like whenever somebody meets them, they just get enthralled with them, because this is Leo's house, by the way. Leo season could be very important. Okay, so especially for those who are active, like I said. So it's like they just like kind of like bring out that humorous, like fun side of people. They're a laugh a minute. They're like really fun to spend time with. This is a person who is now with the king. They're professional, no doubt about it. When it comes to work, work is work. But when it comes to play, they know how to cut loose. When they're like working their job, like they are boss energy, like hardcore, and they're very good with their words. They're witty as hell. They're on point all the time. Okay. For them, when they're working, don't freaking get in their way. Don't disturb them. Don't bother them. Nothing like this. It's like work is work. They'll deal with you and stuff and handle shit once the work day is over. When it is, it's time to cut loose, honey, because they are passionate they have a lust for life. They're very passionate about that. They're quite an extraordinary individual. Okay. So anyways, that's all I'm seeing for this portion of the reading. If you want to continue to see what happens with this relationship, go ahead, and where it goes, head over to my Patreon. The link to that is in the drop down box below, where I also offer monthly personal private readings there as well, for those who are interested. So thank you guys for being with me. I hope you have a great day. Do take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. For those of you who chose group 2 with this shell, this is going to be your reading. Let's take a look and see who this summer crush is. Who is this person? We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Empress. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. We have Saboteur. We have Beauty. We have Lover. We have Dancer. We have Sagittarius, the Voyager. And we have Mars with Action. Oh, wow. Dang. Well, this person is definitely on the prowl looking for their Empress. They are looking for love. They have a cup of love they want to offer, but they are definitely looking for somebody who's not going to rip them off, as well as somebody who they have a shit ton in common with. I get the sense that this person has made mistakes in the past where they have been attracted to people who definitely for their looks, and it's gotten to them in a pickle more than one time, where they just were seeing a pretty face and not, they're thinking with their downstairs brain instead of their one on top of their shoulders. So therefore, they're making shitty choices. Now they've learned their lesson, and they're like, yeah, I need to find somebody who's not going to, fucking use me for my money, because I get the sense this person comes from money. Okay. And because of that, they can attract a lot. Okay. People like get one whiff of the fact that they're loaded, and they're trying to be like a leech and drain them dry, because they have a very loving kind of heart. I mean, the Empress is Venus energy. Okay. And they're quite they're a total romantic kind of person. They're quite the lover. I get the sense that they could be very nice looking themselves. They're quite beautiful. They're a great dancer. And they want somebody who's their equal. Okay. Now I get the sense with the Saboteur here, which is kind of interesting. That's like, I feel like that they have sabotaged themselves because they've not they've just been so glamorized by the outside shell of someone. They're not taking the time. This is like more when they were like younger, I feel, throughout life, that they're not, because they wanted something beautiful on their arm, and they're just like literally, like I said, thinking with their junk instead of their actual brain. And it's gotten them into trouble in the past. But, you know, they've traveled. They're quite traveled. They've traveled the world. They've got a lot of experience under their belt now, and now they know better. So they are looking for the right person who's independent, who's strong, who is, you know, still beautiful, who is talented, and has a lot of love to give, who's going to accept their love and accept them for who they are. And they don't want somebody who just wants them for money. You know, it's like they want something real, something, you know, true. And I get the sense it's been difficult for this person because of it, okay? Because of their family line and their family lineage, who they come from, it's kind of a curse in that way, you know? So with Sagittarius the Voyager, we have enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, generous, ethical, seeking, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, bareback, unbridled, experiential, lucky, boundless, traveling, risk-taking, tactless, and self-righteous. Yes, so they definitely, I mean, they could definitely be a Sagittarius, okay? Hardcore. I'm also getting Libra vibes from this, okay, as well. Now, they are heavy on the Mars element, which means this person is always on the go. They don't like, they're not a fucking couch potato. They don't sit on their ass and just, you know, let themselves go to shit. They work out, they take good care of themselves, and they expect no less from their partner. They have a lot of desire. They're very impulsive sometimes, which is what got them into trouble in the first place, okay? They finally learned to dial it back now. They're very courageous. They have a lot of force, heat, strength, competition. They're very competitive. Workouts. They're definitely into working out and taking care of themselves. They're very exciting. They love excitement. They have a thirst for life and knowledge. They can get impatient and angry sometimes. They could have like a nasty temper sometimes. They're quite the leader. They're always been being put into leadership positions. It's interesting because one of the keywords here is engine. Okay, it's like they're all about keeping their engine running smoothly. Okay, they could have even designed, or their family could have designed or built, or they build some kind of engines. Even like this could be like literal, that has made them fuck tons of money. Okay, there's something to that. Could even be a search engine, okay? Who knows, okay? They could have invested in that and cha-ching, you know, the rest is history. They're quite potent. They have really good willpower. Now they do, okay? But when it came to the pretty ladies and stuff like this, or the pretty faces, they had a weakness there. But now they've built up the immunity, and now they're looking for Mrs. Right, the Empress, to rule, you know, by their emperor, you know, to rule the land. Okay, so it was interesting because we have motor too, and we have engine. There's something to this, you guys. Okay, and they have one hell of a sex drive. Okay, so it's like they got it going on in this department. All right, it's like bam, bam, bam. I mean, it's just like whoo, hot and passionate and wild. And I'm just going to say this. My patrons know this, who have been with me for a long time. Sagittariuses, straight up, and I know from experience, I've been married to one for 28 years. They're freaks. Okay. They're like literally Capricorn men and Sagittarius men. I'm talking the men here are the freakiest of the zodiac. They will try anything once. Okay. I mean, it's just like, oh my God, you know, they're very adventurous that way. And my experience, this person could be like what I've had experience here with, is their sun could be conjuncting their Mars. So that sex drive and that sex appeal is just like, you know, like really fucking off the charts with this person. You know, and we have the boxing gloves as well. They could definitely like do you know, something along those lines, like do some kind of martial arts or something too. This is like, could be something that, you know, they use to keep in shape and stuff like that as well. So now as far as looks goes, I think this person is very attractive. Okay. When it comes to hair color, I feel like their hair color is more like, you know, the brown to the dark brown side of things. Their eye color most likely is brown, or it's going to be like a hazel, like a combination of colors. Okay. They could have like more olive skin, color skin to like more dark, ebony tones. Their body type is definitely more muscular. They're very solidly built, of course, because they work out. They're very athletic, okay? And they don't sit still, like I said. And they definitely come from a very prominent family. I get the sense that they like dogs, you know, dogs and horses are definitely their thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like an expert rider, like as in riding horses, a horseman or horsewoman. They have really beautiful lips. They're just, and they have a really sexy voice, I feel like, okay? There's just something very potent and very interesting about this person. But again, they're also very cautious now because they've learned the hard way, okay? They've been burned a few times and used straight up. So they're not wanting to go through that again. So they're quite, you know, cautious about that. So, but they're one hell of a lover, okay? This is like somebody you definitely wouldn't want to freaking pass up. I get the sense that they'll definitely, they like to travel a lot. So you'd be going on all kinds of adventures. So if you're a couch potato, this is definitely going to be, you're going to be in very unfamiliar territory, okay? I mean, I don't think that, you know, that's not even their jam anyway. So it's like, seriously, be ready to be active because it's going to be nonstop with this person, most definitely. But when it comes to relaxing and luxury, I get the sense that they definitely like to really fucking go all out. Like I'm seeing that. It's like I see this soaking in the tub. It's like this is something that they really like to do on the regular. Like take long hot soaks in a tub or an onsen or something like this. Okay. They're doing that on the regular. It's part of like their stress relief. And it's part of like almost like a beauty ritual for them, you know? Okay. So that's it. That's all I'm seeing for this group, for this part of the reading. If you want to see the second half, head over to my Patreon. The link to that is down in the drop-down box. I also offer, you know, the monthly reading tiers there. So if you're interested in getting a personal private reading from me every month, you can check out those too. Thank you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I will catch you next time. For those of you who chose group 3 with this shell, this is going to be your reading. Let's see who this summer crush is. Who are they? So, oh wow, we have the 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, very nice. We have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Page of Cups. Oh my gosh, goodness me. We have Scorpio, we have Vampire, we have Capricorn, and we have Introvert. Wow. Oh my God, you guys. We have Pluto with transformation, and we have 8th house of intimacy. Oh my God. Well, we definitely have Scorpio energy here. No doubt about it. I mean, holy shit. We have the modern ruler of Scorpio here, as well as the 8th house, which is Scorpio's house. This is definitely very prominent, very sexy energy here. You know, if we're going to go on that end of things, most definitely. This person is very much a creative. They work really hard. They're fucking super passionate. They definitely have a wild streak about them. They could be quite a bit eccentric. They definitely have like, they're romantic, okay? And they've got the crush vibes. When they have this is the crush card. So they, I get the sense that they're kind of like, they give off this vibe of this kind of like romantic-y, like kind of vampire-y kind of look about them, okay? I'm getting the sense that this person is most likely, as far as looks goes, I'm getting more on the darker end of things, okay? Like the, you know, tall, dark, and handsome kind of thing. I'm getting that kind of vibe. However, for some people, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody here, like your person, like has like lighter hair, more on the blonde end of things, but they dye it black. I mean, or they dye it like deeper, darker colors or something. Again, they have this kind of vampire. I don't take this as emotional vampire, okay? I take this as they give off that kind of vibe. That's like who they are. And it's, we have introvert, we have vampire, we have all this romantic-y, passionate, like dank kind of underworld kind of energy. So yeah, that's like the vibe I get off this, most definitely. They're from a different culture or background than you as well. Most definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if they've traveled quite a bit. They've definitely traveled to study their craft. They fucking are so romantic, okay? And because I get the sense, I feel like they're like very artistic. And because this, like I said, with most people who are artists, there's like an eccentricity to them. There's always going to be some kind of weirdness, you know, and that's just, you know, creative jam, you know, it's like, there's always something weird about less creative people. It's not that it's bad or like, ew, it's so weird. Okay. It's not like that. It's more like, wow, kind of weird. I mean, but it's cool, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. People who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. I mean, they're definitely very different and they stand out because of this. They're definitely, this is love at first sight. Like this is like a love match. It's very like strong, potent energy. Okay. Now, because we have Capricorn here, you know, I don't know why this is coming up. Honestly, I feel like this person is definitely on the score unless this has to do with career. Like you meet via the career because Capricorn is the 10th house, of course. It's ruled by Saturn. I get the sense there could be an age difference between you as well. This person is experienced. Again, they're like, they've traveled the world a little bit, but they've got this definitely like wild, like youthful kind of vibe about them still. Even though they're introverted doesn't mean they can't be wild, okay? Nobody is a true introvert or a true extrovert, okay? And if they are, that requires therapy, okay? It's true, okay? Everybody's pretty much an ambivert, but we lean towards one or the other, okay? And that's just the truth of it, whether people like it or not. So with Pluto transformation here, it says renewal, inner resources, basic instinct, motivation, personal power, evolution, composting, cycles, death, rebirth, subversion, suspicion, obsession, intensity, reckoning, taboos, clearing, and extremes. This person is definitely fascinated by death. Hence the reason vampire's coming up. Okay, this is something that fascinates them. And I feel like it definitely translates into the work they do. Okay, they express that. They could have even experienced an OBE, an out-of-body experience when they were younger, or had a brush with death, or they literally saw someone when they were younger die, and it has greatly affected them. So that it's like they've never been the same since. So they're kind of obsessed with this, right? And they're very interested in reincarnation and rebirth. So I wouldn't be surprised if they talk about this. They're always reinventing themselves completely. They always have a new look. They're creative. This is what you do when you're like that. Now they are very much about the intimacy. They're very sketch about trusting somebody or letting them in until they know they can actually be themselves around that person. And then they're scared of vulnerability. Okay. They have that kind of thing about them. But once they open up to someone that they know they can trust, the intimacy is very potent. Okay. With the intimacy, the 8th house of intimacy, it's investments, intensity, contracts, sex, erotic capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, kundalini energy, stalking, and the underworld. They could even be a trust fund kid. Okay. That could be, they could have inherited a lot of fucking money. Also inherited a talent from a family member. And they express this. Maybe that family member passed on. And it's like they were very, very close and had a very deep, intimate bond with this person. Intimacy is not always about fucking, okay? It's having, you can have an intimate relationship with your best friend or friends. Sometimes people have more of an intimate relationship with a friend than they do their fucking mate or their lover, because the person just gets you, you know? Like, and they see you for who you are. But I get the sense this person is very much like that. They can see through your bullshit. They can see you for who you are. They will even point it out. I wouldn't be surprised. They are very potent sexually. Okay. They're good with money. They make good choices when it comes to investments and stuff like this. They just seem to be like, I don't know, when I see secrets, mysteries, it's like they're kind of a mystery in of themselves. They have a very mysterious kind of vibe about them, no doubt about it. But it's kind of like, what are your secrets? Like, how do you do it? And it's just because they are so highly intuitive. They know how to make the right choices and they're very in tune with that. Maybe they might even say, oh, I have my ancestor or my passed on relative watching out for me, and they talk to me through dreams and they tell me what to do. And so I listen and I do it. And this is how I make my choices. And it's made them really good choices. There's boss energy here. Okay. The Capricorn card is showing up here. They could also be a Capricorn rising as well, or a Capricorn moon even. If they have a Capricorn moon, they're devoted. All right. Most definitely. They're not going to fucking, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I got distracted because the rabbit just appeared outside. Oh no, maybe that's the squirrel. Anyway, sorry. But yeah. Very interesting stuff, you guys. Capricorn moon people are usually pretty devoted to their mate, okay? Especially if it's a male. Like when they choose that person, they're ride or die. I'm married to someone like this, so yes, I know. Okay, guys, so very interesting stuff, very interesting group. If you want to continue the reading, go ahead and head over to my Patreon to see what happens with this relationship. The link to that is in the drop-down box below. You can hop on any one of my tiers there, including the monthly reading tiers where I will do a personal monthly reading for you every month. Private, by the way. So thank you guys for all your support. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I will see you next time. Bye.